Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am your course instructor Dr. Faiza Shaheen here with the next lecture number 18, Educational Psychology, EDUC 3112. Today we are going to discuss about information processing in the human mind. How does it occur and how do we process the information and behave accordingly. The agenda of today's lecture is about what is memory, what are the parts of memory, what is forgetting, and what are the methods to improve the memory. What is memory? Memory is our ability to encode, store, retain, and subsequently recall information and past experiences in the human brain. It can be thought of in general terms as the use of past experience to affect or influence current behavior. It simply means without memory we cannot work. We always need to restore the information, to encode, recode, and retain the information whatever we have learned in the previous life or past. Without connecting with the past experiences, we cannot go in the future. Even the present activities cannot be done without connecting it with the past. So memory is the ability that connects us with our past experiences, and it is the function of our human brain. What is the definition of memory? Memory is the process of maintaining information over time. It means that over time, whatever you learn, you keep that in your mind, and whenever that is needed, you retain and retrieve that information on the spot. This function is very much important, not only in our academic sessions and academic functions, but also in performing day-to-day task. जब भी हम डेली रोजमर्रा जिंदगी के कोई काम करते हैं, तब भी ये मेमोरी का फंक्शन बहुत ज़्यादा वर्क करता है. Memory is the means by which we draw on our past experiences in order to use this information in the present. जब भी हम अपने past experiences को draw करके present के साथ connect करते हैं, तो ये function memory perform करती है. Importance of memory. Memory is essential to our all lives. Without a memory of the past, we cannot operate in the present or think about the future. So, memory के बगैर हम अपने आप को past के साथ connect ही नहीं कर सकते. We cannot relate the things with the present and future. We would not be able to remember what we did yesterday, what we have done today, or what we plan to do tomorrow. Without memory, we could not learn anything. Memory is involved in processing vast amounts of information. This information takes many different forms, such as images, sounds और meanings. ये बात तो अंडरस्टूड है कि हम हमेशा images और sounds की शक्ल में ही नहीं लर्न करते, बल्कि meanings की शक्ल में भी लर्न करते हैं. Sometimes we can recall the event. Sometimes the major occurrence can be recalled. Sometimes only different associated sounds and images are recalled. So information is processed in different forms such as images, sounds and meanings, and this processing is helpful to make us connected with the past so that we can perform well in the present as well as we can plan better for the future or tomorrow. What are the stages of memory? For psychologists, the term memory covers three important aspects of information processing. Number one is memory encoding. Number two is memory storage. And number three is memory retrieval. So these stages help us that how step by step memory works. Memory encoding. We are starting from the memory encoding, the first stage, when information comes in our memory system from sensory input, which is from outside, and we sense it through our senses. It needs to be changed into the form that the system can cope with so that it can be stored. think of this as similar to changing your money into a different currency when you travel from one country to another. For example, a word which is seen in a book may be stored if it is changed or encoded into the sound or a meaning, which is semantic processing. When you learn something with their meaning, it is semantic processing. Simply encoding means whatever the outside stimulus is giving you some input that has been learned and encoded into your mind. Ways of encoding information. How does this process occurs? There are three main ways in which information can be encoded or changed. That can be visual in the form of pictures, acoustic in the form of sounds, and semantic with their meaning. For example, how do you remember a telephone number you have looked up in the phone book? If you can see it, then you are using visual coding. But if you are repeating it to yourself, you are using acoustic coding by sound. Sometimes हमें पिक्चर या विजुअल देख के ही वो चीज़ याद हो जाती है, समटाइम्स हम उसे साउंड से बार बार रिपीट करके याद करते हैं, और समटाइम्स हमें किसी चीज़ का मीनिंग या सिमेंटिक चीज़ याद रह जाती है, बट वी कैन नॉट रिमेंबर इट एट ऑल इन द ऑल सेंस जैसे हमने देखा होता है. Number second point is memory storage. It was all about encoding and now we are moving towards next step which is memory storage. ये मेंटल प्रोसेस होता कैसे है माइंड में और मेमोरी स्टोर कैसे करती है. This concerns the nature of memory stores. Where the information is stored, how long the memory lasts for, it means their duration, and how much can be stored at any time, it is the capacity. And what kind of information is held. तो हमने ये देखना है कि कितने ड्यूरेशन के लिए और कितनी कैपेसिटी है हमारी मेमोरी की कि वो इंफॉर्मेशन को स्टोर कर ले. Most adults can store between 5 to 9 items in their short-term memory, which is STM. Miller 1956 put this idea forward and he called it a magic number which is 7. He thought that short-term memory capacity was 7 plus or minus 2 up to 7 items because it only had a certain number of slots in which items could be stored. So simply can say that short-term memory capacity is up to 7 words. Indeed, if we can chunk information together, we can store a lot more information in our short-term memory STM. In contrast, the capacity of long-term memory, which is LTM, is thought to be unlimited. So, we have come up to know that short-term memory has limited capacity, whereas long-term memory has unlimited capacity. Information can only be stored for a brief duration in STM short-term memory, which is from 0 to 30 seconds. बट लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी कैन लास्ट अ लाइफ टाइम. तो अगर हम कैपेसिटी की बात करें तो भी शॉर्ट टर्म की कम है, और अगर हम ड्यूरेशन की बात करें तो वो भी 30 सेकेंड है, जबकि लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी की ड्यूरेशन भी अनलिमिटेड है और कैपेसिटी भी अनलिमिटेड है. नंबर थर्ड इज मेमोरी रिट्रीवल. इट मीन्स देन whenever you need the relevant information, how your memory can pick up that specific information on the relevant situation. This refers to getting information out of storage. If we can't remember something, it may be because we are unable to retrieve it. When we are asked to retrieve something from memory, the difference between short-term memory and long-term memory becomes very clear. So it is the process. जब आपको इंफॉर्मेशन किसी जगह पे चाहिए होती है और माइंड में स्टोर होती है मेमोरी में, वो आप ऑन द स्पॉट कैसे याद करके रिट्रीव करके वापस लाते हैं, ये दोनों में फर्क है. शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी भी डिफरेंट फंक्शन करती है और लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी भी डिफरेंस के साथ फंक्शन करती है. शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी रिट्रीवल पहले देख लेते हैं वो कैसे करती है. शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी इज स्टोर्ड एंड रिट्रीव्ड सीक्वेंशियली For example, if a group of participants are given a list of words to remember and then asked to recall the fourth word on the list, participants go through the list in order they heard it in order to retrieve the information. So अगर शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी का मामला है तो हम उसमें से डिफरेंट वर्ड्स को रिपीट करवा सकते हैं. लॉन्ग टर्म रिट्रीवल, हाउ डज इट अकर? लॉन्ग टर्म memory is stored and retrieved by association. This is why you can remember what you want upstairs for if you go back to the room where you first thought about it. It means that it is retrieved by association. Directly retrieve नहीं होती. You associate different things with different situations and environment. Organizing information can help or aid retrieval. You can organize information in sequences such as alphabetically or by size or by time. So in long-term memory retrieval, organization of information is very much important. हम किसी तरीके से भी उसको ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हैं. Sometimes alphabetically, sometimes by size, by time or by association. Next point is what is forgetting. So now we have come up to know that what is memory and how does it function and what are the types of memory. Here it is important to know that what is the process of forgetting. हम भूल भी तो जाते हैं. Why do we forget something and what is the process of forgetting? Forgetting or disremembering is the apparent loss or modification of information already encoded and stored in an individual's short or long-term memory. So through this we have known that forgetting does not occur in short term only, it also occurs in long-term memory. It is a spontaneous or gradual process in which old memories are unable to be recalled from memory storage. जब हम किसी चीज को भूल जाते हैं तो इसका मतलब है कि वो हमारे मेमोरी स्टोरेज से रिकॉल करने के काबिल नहीं रहती वो मेमोरी. ये समटाइम्स इट इज स्पॉन्टेनियस, फौरन से अकर हो जाता है, एंड समटाइम्स इट इज अ ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस एंड इट अकर्स इन बोथ शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी एज वेल एज इन लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी. Why do we forget? There are two simple answers to this question. First, the memory has disappeared. It is no longer available. एक तो ये कि बिल्कुल vanish हो जाती है. Number second, the memory is still stored in the memory system, but for some reason it cannot be retrieved. Maybe the association has been vanished. Maybe some other reasons occurred. Why do we forget? These two answers summarizes the main theories of forgetting developed by psychologists. The first answer is more likely to be applied to forgetting in short-term memory, and the second one is associated with forgetting in long-term memory. Forgetting information from short-term memory. Forgetting information from short-term memory can be explained using the theories of trace decay and displacement. Trace decay theory of forgetting. ये क्या कहती है? Trace decay theory states that forgetting occurs as a result of automatic decay or fading of the memory trace. Trace decay theory focuses on time and the limited duration of short-term memory. This theory suggests short-term memory can only hold information between 15 to 30 seconds unless it is rehearsed or repeated. After this time, the information trace decays and fades away. So, trace decay theory हमें ये बताती है कि duration to repeat the information वो important है. Otherwise, वो मेमोरी हमारी शॉर्ट टर्म में बहुत लिमिटेड टाइम के लिए रह सकती है और वो डिके हो जाती है, वैनिश हो जाती है. नंबर सेकंड इज डिस्प्लेसमेंट फॉर्म इन शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी. Displacement theory provides a very simple explanation of forgetting. Because of its limited capacity, suggested by Miller to be 7 plus minus 2 items, Short-term memory can only hold small amounts of information. When STM is full, short-term memory is full, new information displaces or pushes out old information and takes its place. The old information which is displaced is forgotten in short-term memory. So simply this theory says कि पुरानी इंफॉर्मेशन की जगह न्यू इंफॉर्मेशन ले लेती है, क्योंकि इसकी कैपेसिटी का इशू है शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी का. फॉरगेटिंग फ्रॉम लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी. अब ये देखते हैं कि लॉन्ग टर्म ये कैसे होती है. फॉरगेटिंग फ्रॉम लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी कैन बी एक्सप्लेन्ड यूजिंग द थ्योरीज ऑफ इंटरफेरेंस एंड रिट्रीवल फेलियर. इसको भी हम इन दो थ्योरी से एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. इंटरफेरेंस थ्योरी. It was assumed that memory can be disrupted or interfered with by what we have previously learned or by what we will learn in the future. This idea suggests that information in long-term memory may become confused or combined with other information during encoding, thus distorting or disrupting memories. Interference का मतलब ये है कि some information is going to be combined with some new information during encoding, जिसकी वजह से डिस्ट्रप्शन का सामना करना पड़ता है और जिस पर्टिकुलर इंफॉर्मेशन के ऊपर मेमोरी वर्क कर रही होती है वो दूसरी के साथ मिक्स अप हो जाती है. एंड नंबर सेकंड इज रिट्रीवल फेलियर थ्योरी. दिस इज अ सिंपल थ्योरी दैट मेमोरी कैन नॉट रिट्रीव द स्पेसिफिक इंफॉर्मेशन. रिट्रीवल फेलियर इज वेयर the information is in long term memory but cannot be accessed. उस तक हम पहुंच नहीं सकते. Such information is said to be available. It is still stored but not accessible. It cannot be retrieved. It cannot be accessed because the retrieval queues are not present. जिन क्यूज और एसोसिएशन से उनको सेव किया गया था वो प्रेजेंट नहीं है, जिसकी वजह से रिट्रीवल पॉसिबल नहीं होता. Last point is methods to improve the memory. As students and as a healthy human being, it is the necessity of everyone to improve the memory. It is really possible to improve your memory. If you have ever found yourself forgetting where you left your keys or blanking out information on important tests, then you have probably wished that your memory was a bit better. Fortunately, there are plenty of things that you can do to improve your memory. So we will see what are the possible ways that can improve the memory. Methods to improve memory. There are 9 research proven strategies that effectively improve the memory. Number 1, focus your attention. Do not look around, just focus on the task given. Number 2, avoid cramming. Try to learn something with understanding instead of memorization. Number 3 is structure and organize. It means sequence your information. Number 4, visualize concepts. It means visual learning is important when you associate different images with the information. Number 5, relate new information to things you already know. It means connect your information with the previous information. Number 6, read out loud. It means whatever you are trying to learn, you are listening to that material as well. Number 7, pay extra attention to difficult information. It means the tasks those are found difficult to you needs more time. Number 8, vary your study routine. It means do not learn monotonously. Try to change your position, time and routine. Number 9, get some sleep. It means proper sleep is important to improve your memory. We will see those one by one. Focus your attention. Attention is one of the major components of memory. In order for information to move from your short-term memory into your long-term memory, you need to actively attend to this information Try to study in a place free of distractions such as television, music, and other diversions. So, focusing your attention. Number 2, avoid cramming. Studying materials over a number of sessions gives you the time you need to adequately process the information. Research has continuously shown that students who study regularly remember the material far better than those who do all of their studying in one marathon session. So one time पढ़ने से वो रटालाइजेशन हो जाती है. We need to not to memorize but to learn with understanding. Structure and organize. It means researchers have found that information is organized in memories related clusters. You can take advantage of this by structuring and organizing the material you are studying. Try grouping similar concept and term together, or make an outline of your notes and textbook readings to help group related concept. In this way, information will not be stored in chunks that will be in organized parts of concepts. Visualize concepts. Many people benefit greatly from visualizing the information they study. Pay attention to the photographs, charts, and graphics in your textbook. Draw a chart or figure in the margins of your notes, or use highlighters or pens in different colors to group related ideas in your written study materials. Relate new information to things you already know. It means you connect your information with the previously learned information. By establishing relationship between new ideas and previously existing in memories, you can dramatically increase the likelihood of recalling the recently learned information. Read out loud. Research published in 2017 suggests that reading materials loud significantly improves your memory of the material. Educators and psychologists have also discovered that having students actually teach new concepts to others enhances understandings and recall. So, if you are listening as well as you are learning and reading, it improves your memory. Pay extra attention to the difficult information. It means when you have come across an especially difficult concept, devote some extra time to memorizing that information. ज़ाहिर है मुश्किल चीज़ को ज़्यादा टाइम देंगे तो वो अच्छे से लर्न होगी. Vary your study routine. It means keep a change in your routine. Another great way to increase your recall is to occasionally change your study routine. If you are accustomed to studying on a specific location, try to move a different spot during the next study session. If you study in the evening, try spending a few minutes in the morning reviewing the same information you studied in the previous night. Get some sleep. It is another strategy that is helpful to improve your memory. Researchers have long known that sleep is important for memory and learning. Research has shown that taking a nap after you learn something new can actually help you learn faster and remember better. In fact, one study published in 2014 found that sleeping after learning something new actually leads to physical changes in the brain. So this is dramatically something new. Sleep is important to learn the information. At the end, we will see the overview of the lecture. In this lecture, we have seen that what is memory, what are the parts of memory, what is the process of forgetting, and how do we forget, under which we have seen some theories regarding short-term memory forgetting and long-term memory forgetting, and at the end we have seen some methods to improve the memory. Thank you.